Now, that would be McCarthy shooting himself in his foot. If he said, Dan, I am so uncomfortable with you being here that I've got to go find another defensive coordinator. So, yeah, take another job because I'd rather start from scratch with somebody else, with a guy who you coached to a unanimous Defensive Rookie of the Year award. Yeah. I'd rather start with somebody else who's helped unlock Diggs in a manner that Mike Nolan sure had a little bit trouble doing. Yeah, you know what? I want to go back to that first year where unnamed sources were telling Jane Slater that everything's going on around here defensively that's real screwy. I want to go back to that. I want to try my hand at that. So, yeah, you need to go down the road for my own self-preservation because guess what that would have led to? A lack of his own self-preservation. I think that's a smart move by McCarthy to say, we're cool, you and I are cool as long as we know that. And I would just love to have been a fly on the wall. What those personal words that Jerry Jones said to him on the situation. Dude. What do you think those were? You know?
I mean, I think Jerry has made it perfectly clear. The only thing he cares about now is winning a Super Bowl, finally getting another ring. And so I imagine it was some sort of conversation to the effect of, do whatever it takes to win me another GD Super Bowl.
Right.
And that's it.
Correct. Or he was saying something along the lines of this.
I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
Get your damn act together.
No, this is what's best for the Dallas Cowboys that I'm saying this sort of thing, and this is what happens when coaches are here. I don't know. We're totally guessing, but I don't blame McCarthy. Wouldn't you go? Wouldn't you come to me if I was talking about your position like this?
Especially
on our new RichEisenShow.com website?
Right.
Honestly, like if somebody from NFL Network was saying, Rich knows he's not going to be the host of NFL Network forever. So, of course, we're going to hire all those people that, can host and do his job because they're looking at his chair, which I think is great because they are worthy of his chair. Right. But Rich knows, honestly, I'd walk right in the office and say, you got a problem with the job that I'm doing? Why don't you come to me?
Yeah.
Of course, though, with seconds to go on Super Sunday, we scored on NFL Game Day morning. You know what I'm saying?
Did you spike it?
Sorry, TJ.
Spike it in the end zone? Oof.
But I definitely think that this is just stirring the pot for a 2022 season that is going to be lit for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I think that they are ready to win again, right? CeeDee Lamb's not going to suddenly get worse. He's going to get better. I don't know what's going to happen with Zeke, of the diminishing return. I would love for you guys to ask Marshall when he's here with Susie tomorrow about Zeke. Because Marshall and him...
Well, tight, right?
Yeah. Correct.
I mean,
because Tony Pollard, to me, is just a dynamic player who can hit home runs from anywhere on the field. And Dak, one would think, is only going to get better again. I mean, this is year 6 for him, right?
For Dak?
Yeah. He's consistent.
Class of 2016, so yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's still a puppy. So defensively, and then they're going to draft him. Could you imagine if they hit on another player or two in the draft? They got to hit. They got to hit up front and protect Dak. Isn't that crazy?
Well, they've done really well in the draft in the last.
I know.
5,
yeah, that's
years.
what people tend to overlook. I mean, when T.J. Watt was killing it, everyone tried to point out the fact that Dallas passed up on drafting him for Taco Charlton. But aside from that, their record or draft picks have been really pretty spot on.
But there's no question. There's no question that if Dallas does not hit it, and this coming year and doesn't put Jerry Jones at least in the NFC Championship game for the right to get to Arizona next year, then there'll be a change. I think that's for sure.
Yeah.
And whether it's Dan Quinn or whatever Sean Payton wants to do, because he's lurking out there, and that's why he's talking to Jerry Jones about Sean Payton.
Just takes a nice chunk out of the pie.
It's going to be a wild, wild campaign as usual. And Jerry Jones likes it that way. I think he kind of digs it.
Yeah.
And that's part and parcel of having that gig. You know?
But the Cowboys still have to figure out the Cooper situation. They got to figure out what to do with Lawrence. They got to figure out what to do with Randy Gregory. I mean, this could turn not so great.
You know what?
Contractually,
you know what, man?
Go south.
Amari Cooper, where was he towards the end of that season? And where like he was even saying, you know, what gives? You know, like I'm raising my hand to catch the football.
Well, you can't
which is nuts. So
it's not like a lack of talent or a lack of effort on his part. He wasn't getting the ball. So you said, where was he?
Yeah,
he was there. He just.
Cowboys are $21 million over the cap for next year, so we're going to see some.
If Washington does not take a big swing at quarterback, and they're now looking at a future of Heineke versus tier 2 veteran,
what's Fitzmagic doing,
or rookie, then this is Dallas's division. Because the Giants, even though I do think Brian Daboll can bring something to the table that nobody else has in the last several years they're not going to turn around and suddenly battle for the division. Well, I guess they can. I don't expect them to. And then I don't know what the Eagles are. This is still Dallas's division. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.